Okay, welcome to Lesson 7 in Chapter 2, Food Chains and Food Webs. So a food chain is a model that shows how food energy passes from one organism to another in a feeding pathway. We talked the last lesson about how energy flows through ecosystems and that energy from a plant passes into the herbivore's body, and when that happens, that energy stored within the herbivore passes to the predator that eats it. So each organism in the chain depends on the organism before it in the food chain for its food energy. We know that certain animals eat certain types of food that give them energy, and that those certain types of animals create those food chains. And remember that a food chain is a linear section and that a food web moves from organism to organism. So that food web is a model that shows several different food chains all connected together and all of those connections between them, right? Predators don't just eat one type of animal. They will eat many different types of animals, and then those animals will eat different types of animals, and so on and so forth. So your web could be actually quite large and quite interconnected. The arrow in your food web always indicate the direction of energy flow, and so it's always going up towards the next to the next animal, and that represents the energy being transferred from one to the next. Okay, so your rabbit eats the grass is giving energy to the rabbit, so your arrow would point from the grass to the rabbit. The coyote or the fox or the wolf eats the rabbit, so the energy is being passed to the fox, and so your arrow would point from the rabbit to the fox. Detrivores and decomposers play that important role, as we mentioned, but they're very rarely are they listed in the food chain itself, and they could really fit in all over the place. Okay, so there's no one spot that they fit into a food web. So they could be breaking down your producers, they could be breaking down any one of your herbivores, you know. So they're found throughout your food chain. So they're very rarely listed there. So this was a really short one. It's not very long. We're going to do some work with food webs in class. So we'll see you soon.